Hey, I'm Sarah, 16 years old. Growing up, people weren't exactly shy about calling me difficult. If we're keeping it real, they meant total nightmare. I mean, I was that kid, melting down over cookies, biting a supermarket clerk for forgetting my chocolate, causing absolute chaos at the playground. My parents were constantly humiliated. But listen, I was just vibing with my emotions, okay? As I got older, my parents hoped I'd grow out of it. Spoiler alert, I didn't. If anything, I leveled up with forgetfulness and zero focus as new perks. I'd forget my textbooks, blow off homework, and completely fail to stick to any schedule I made. It's not like I didn't try though. I tried to focus and study hard, but my brain was like it's on permanent vacation. Alright, I'm finishing this math assignment. Let's go! A bag has 5 red marbles, 3 blue, and 2 yellow. What's the possibility of pulling a red or blue? Speaking of marbles, didn't I have the cool set from when I was little? Where did I stash it? Focus, Sarah! Alright, another one. A bag with 6 apples, 4 oranges, and 3 grapes. Ugh, apples. Remember that one time I bit into a wormy one? Traumatizing. Never again. Ugh, Sarah! Stop daydreaming already! Yeah, I'd eventually give up. Trying to concentrate felt like searching for Wi-Fi in the middle of nowhere. My sister Katie was everything I'm not. Sweet, calm, brilliant. She's always at the top of her class. Sometimes I wonder how we even came from the same parents. Like, was I switched at birth? You know, like one of those dramatic TV shows? But then I look at our faces, 80% identical. And yeah, no chance. Maybe it's because of my wild personality, my parents clearly favor Katie. Food, clothes, anything nice, they always let her pick first. Whatever's left was mine. Basically, I live off Katie's leftovers. I want the blue jacket! Why can't I ever choose first? Sarah, you're the older sister. You should let your little sister choose first. Why is it always me? This is so unfair! If you really want the blue one, take it. I'll wear the red one.
Enough, Sarah! Look at Katie. She's so considerate. You should learn from her.
Even my birthdays were no big deal. Meanwhile, Katie's were next level. Full-on princess parties. My parents would proudly show her off to everyone. While with me, they'd barely mention my existence. The constant comparisons were relentless. Not just from my parents, but from relatives and neighbors too. Katie was the golden child. The perfect little princess everyone adored. And I was the troublemaker, the kid everyone avoided. Because of this blatant favoritism, I built a wall between Katie and me. I'd act cold and distant, pushing her away. But Katie never let it get to her. She was always gentle, even standing up for me when my parents scolded me. Like that time with the blue jacket, Mom wouldn't let her give it to me, but later, I found it neatly folded in my drawer. Everyone was right. Katie really is an angel. She deserves all the love and admiration. Unlike me, the stubborn mess. When I was upset or angry, I'd go for a run. Running was my escape, my therapy. Oh, and by the way, I'm crazy good at it. My track records are top tier. It's the one thing that makes me feel a little less useless. But my parents couldn't care less. To them, academics and arts were what truly mattered. For them, sports was just a distraction, something with no real future value. Today we got our end-of-term report cards. As usual, my grades were trash across the board, except for track. My parents didn't even bother to scold me this time. They were too busy consoling Katie, who, for once, looked upset. Weird, right? She's usually flawless. Curious, I peeked at her report card. There it was, a big fat F in PE, specifically track. Oh snap, even Katie had a weak spot. And it just so happened to be the one thing I excelled at. Running is way easier than math, history, or lit. Like, come on. Katie, don't be upset. Your grades are still amazing. Hey Mom, look. I got an A in track. Maybe I could coach Katie. Sarah, are you trying to make your sister feel worse? Zip it. Why won't you ever praise me? I worked hard for that A. How is track going to help you in life? Get good grades in real subjects, then I'll have something to praise. But running? Useless. Drop it. With that, she went back to comforting Katie, leaving me invisible once again. I stormed out, feeling crushed. Maybe Mom was right. Running didn't make me smarter or more impressive in their eyes. The one thing I was good at was useless. Lost in thought, I tripped over a hurdle and crashed to the ground. As I scrambled to my feet, I noticed a group of people sprinting toward me. Oh no, were they about to ask me to pay for the broken hurdle? Without thinking, I bolted. I was running like my life depended on it, until I tripped over a rope and face planted. Before I could even get my bearings, the group had caught up. A guy with messy brown hair walked over and pulled me up.
Well, look who's our surprise champion.
Seeing my confused face, he chuckled and explained. Turns out, I had accidentally run into a track team's training session and I'd crossed the finish line like a pro. He introduced himself as Joe, the captain of the track team.
Honestly, I thought a tornado blew past us for a second.
Wow, that's the first time anyone's complimented my running. My parents think it's pointless, like totally useless.
Your parents might not know this, but running can open big doors. National team, global competitions, even the Olympics. Plus, athletes can make serious bank.
Wait, what? Running could actually be legit? If I made it to the national team, my parents would have to be proud. Katie would finally look up to me. I could already see her jaw drop.
You've been grinning like crazy. What's going on in that head of yours?
Oops, caught me daydreaming.
Anyway, you've got serious potential. How about joining our team? We've got a big competition coming up, and one of our runners is out with an injury. Think you're up for it?
Seriously? Count me in! I couldn't wait to tell my parents that I'd been selected for the track team. But when I shared the news, all I got in return were blank, uninterested stares. Instead of wasting time on this nonsense, why don't you focus on fixing your grades? Yup, classic mom. Not that I expected anything different, but this time it only fueled my determination. I'd prove her wrong. The next day, I showed up at practice full of energy, but things didn't exactly go smoothly. During relay practice, I kept taking off before my teammate could pass me the baton.
Sarah! That's the 4th time today!
Seriously, Sarah? It's not rocket science. You're slowing us down.
I couldn't help it. Waiting made my skin crawl.
Alright, relay might not be your thing. Let's try long distance.
Yeah, that wasn't much better. My mind wandered every few seconds. Trees, people, random noises. I couldn't stay focused on the path. Worse, I'd burn all my energy at the start and be dead tired by the end. Completely wiped, I collapsed on the track after practice. I'd never felt this drained. Suddenly, a water bottle appeared in front of me. I looked up. It was Joe. He sat down beside me.
Rough day, huh? Wanna talk about it?
I don't even know what's wrong with me. I've always been like this. No rhyme or reason. Joe gave me a gentle head pat.
You're probably overthinking. Take the night off. Rest up.
I really tried my best, but I kept making the same mistakes at practice. The team's patience started wearing thin. One day, I overheard a couple of them suggesting to Joe that I should be kicked off the team. The thought alone drained me of any motivation, but Joe never brought it up. Instead, he stuck by me, encouraging me every step of the way. One day, Joe took me to a clinic. A kind-looking woman greeted us from behind the desk.
This is my mom. She's a psychologist, and I think you could use her advice.
With that, he stepped out, leaving me alone with her. Take your time, sweetie. Tell me about what's been bothering you. I'm not sure. I just find it hard to focus. And I'm terrible at controlling my emotions. How long have you felt this way? For as long as I can remember. She studied me carefully before asking a few more questions about my daily habits, emotions, and actions. I spilled everything without holding back. I see. Don't worry. There are ways to work through this. She prescribed medication and offered practical solutions. Running on quiet paths, breaking runs into smaller segments to help me focus. Plus, she invited me to her clinic weekly for talking, teaching me how to manage my emotions and sharpen my focus. Thanks to Joe and his mom, I improved a lot. When the track meet finally came, I crushed it, scoring the highest in the short distance sprint. Our team was total champs. To celebrate, Joe, his mom, and I hit up Pizza Hut. As we waited for our food, guess who walked in? My parents and Katie. They spotted me, looking surprised. Sarah? Who are you with? Before I could answer, Joe jumped in with his usual enthusiasm.
You must be Sarah's mom. Hi, I'm Joe, her teammate from the track team. We're out celebrating because Sarah crushed it at the competition. She's really talented.
Joe beamed, but my parents barely reacted.
So, this is what you've been wasting your time on? You should have been studying instead.
What's so great about winning some trivial competition? Katie just got a major scholarship. It hit me like a ton of bricks. No matter what I achieved, I'd always be the lesser daughter in their eyes. Enough! Did you know Sarah has ADHD? Her words hit like lightning. ADHD? That's impossible. Sarah's always been energetic, but healthy. She's shown signs since childhood. How could you not notice? Instead, you've treated her poorly. Wait, why didn't you tell me? I wanted to ease you into it. You were already stressed and I didn't want to overwhelm you. Our sessions have been part of cognitive behavioral therapy, helping you improve without adding pressure. Suddenly, everything made sense. My struggles, my outbursts, the constant battles with myself. Sarah, I'm so sorry. We thought you were just rebellious. We never considered this.
It's our fault for not paying closer attention. Forgive us.
They pulled me into a hug, and for the first time, I felt their warmth. They did love me. They just hadn't understood me. With their support and Joe's unwavering belief in me, I kept excelling in track. Eventually, I earned a spot on the national team. Parents couldn't stop bragging about me, showing off my medals to anyone who'd listen. To anyone out there struggling to connect with their parents like I did, trust me, open communication is key. Both parents and kids need to show they care and talk things through regularly. It's the only way to truly understand each other.
You have given extensive thought behind your decision and give the better version exclusive permission to remove the old me completely from your present and future. I was torn between clicking yes and no. The old me had left me with too many disadvantages and wounds. I took a deep breath and checked the box. Arya? Yes, that's me! Are you certain about your decision? Hey y'all, I'm Arya from Texas. Before I dive into my life story, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to MDA. Mom had twin girls, me and my sis Charlie. Charlie was as pretty as a porcelain doll, and I knew I was too. Mom always whispered in my ear, "My girl, you're the most unique kid ever!"
Absolutely.
Vitiligo made my skin a patchwork, but it never got me down. Charlie and our parents showered me with endless love. "You're always so beautiful, Sister Arya." I loved her more than anything in the world. The only bummer was having to cover up whenever I went outside. Mom said my skin shouldn't be exposed to the sun, so I was homeschooled while Charlie got to go to school. I was so jealous of having friends that once Charlie helped me sneak out. "I'll count to 3, and then we bolt for the school bus, okay? 1, 2, 3! But Mom caught me in no time, and Charlie got grounded for a whole week for helping me break the rules. Arya can't go outside because of her health. At that moment, I thought my parents were really worried about me. But by the time I was 16, I realized they were just trying to hide me from the world. I had a crush on Cormac, the new guy next door, a few years older than me. I was so shy, I'd only peek at him through the curtains. Until one day, I found out Cormac was going to school with Charlie, and I took a risk to follow him. I frantically pedaled my bike to catch up with the school bus, my headscarf blown away by the wind, but I had no time to get it back. There he is! I blended in with the students walking inside, trying my best to keep my head down so no one recognized me as an outsider. When I saw Cormac turn down a hallway, I hurried after him and then crashed into someone. Oh my god, are you blind? I swallowed hard as the girl turned around. Hold up, I've never seen your face before. You new or something? Whispers started and people pointed at me. Shh, be quiet. Here, come here. She helped me up and I could only mutter a tiny thank you. Looking at you makes me appreciate my own skin. You must be so insecure, huh? What's your nickname? Cow or zebra? They surrounded me, making it hard to breathe. It was the first time I faced such cruelty.
Moo, moo.
The crowd burst into cruel laughter. Charlie, save me! These people are terrifying! Here, paint over your patchy skin. Or should I help? Poor fish! As she came closer, I panicked and ran away from the crowd, leaving behind their mocking laughter. I cried, heading straight for the school gates. Passing the backyard, I saw Cormac sitting with Charlie. They were chatting happily. Anger and jealousy erupted in me like a volcano. While I was humiliated inside, they could just happily chat away here? I came home, hit with the harsh truth about everything. My parents didn't want the world to know I existed, probably because they were ashamed of me. Of their daughter with the patchy skin. Cow spots or zebra stripes, huh? Ugh, those mean girls. All of them so hateful. Charlie must have been thrilled not to be as unpretty as me, and she even snagged my crush. Just great. In the following days, I got so sick of hearing my parents say I was special. Special? Like that's just a nice way of saying freak, right? Charlie kept saying how beautiful I was, but pfft, all fake. And I had my own plan brewing. I waited until I felt ready. Sitting outside the cosmetic surgery room, I signed the form and walked in. Right then and there, I welcomed a new me. Flawless skin and all. It was better than anything I could have imagined. Goodbye special, cow spots, and zebra stripes. Now I looked just like any celeb. I wondered how my folks would react to this new me. They'd probably be shocked and then hug me ecstatic. I'm back, y'all! Sorry, but who are you? Holy moly, Arya! Is that you? What did you do to your skin?
Did you dye your skin?
No biggie. You were proud of Charlie being pretty. I just wanted you to be proud of me too. Plus, I'm starting school tomorrow. I went back to my room, still obsessing over my reflection. Weren't my parents happy to see me beautified? Or did they only favor Charlie? And she must be jealous of my beauty, right? Tomorrow, everything changes. My life's about to flip to a whole new chapter. The next day at school, I was the center of attention. Admiration pouring in. Even the mean girls were all over me, asking me about my life. Wow, you look amazing. Let me show you around the new school, yeah? Clearly, they didn't recognize me as the girl they bullied months ago. And the guys? I had to remind them to close their mouths to keep from drooling. Then I saw Charlie with Cormac. Guess what? I totally snubbed them. With my looks now, I could easily attract guys way hotter than Cormac. But yeah, I still had feelings for him. Nah, he and Charlie are an item now. Getting closer to the mean girls, I became obsessed with beauty. They constantly gossiped about gorgeous celebs like Kylie Jenner, Ariana Grande, and whatnot. Cheeky one day, sharp chin the next, and I totally dove into that beauty trend. I hit the clinic at least once a week for Botox and fillers just so I could look prettier than any other girl. And I was always satisfied with the results. One day, after hours at the mall with my new besties, we saw Charlie and Cormac by the lake in the park. Ew, look at that couple. She looks pretty but so fake. Did you know? She wept to Cormac about her sister being sick or something to get his pity. So tacky. Her words made my blood boil. I couldn't believe Charlie badmouthed me to him. Time to teach her a lesson. I went all out, stirring up a hornet's nest. As it fell and I ran, one stung me on the butt. Charlie and Cormac, they got chased and each got stung on the cheek. Revenge tasted so sweet. But wait, there's more. Over the next month, we pulled all sorts of pranks on them. Jellyfish in Charlie's bag, glue on Cormac's seat. I felt a bit bad doing it to my sis, but they had it coming, right? Then, one afternoon, sitting in the courtyard, Cormac came over to me for the first time. My heart was racing at the sight of him, but boy, was Cormac fuming.
You've gone too far, Arya.
Can't believe the first thing my crush says to me is a scolding.
I know all the chaoses you're doing. When did you become so selfish? You weren't like this before.
Oh, the old me? That girl's long gone, along with her patchy skin. None of you will ever understand what I went through. I stormed off furious. He had no right to talk to me like that, and they would never be good enough to hang with me again. After that, I started dating Walter, a hotshot singer. We met at a party. Too fast? I know, but Walter said he fell for me at first sight. Who could resist this beauty? We were inseparable. He took me everywhere I wanted. Yacht parties, concerts, fancy restaurants. I met celebrities I'd only ever seen on TV before. A-list stars, actors, even beauty queens. But gradually, I got tired of the fake smiles that were always plastered on my face. Yes, I looked like a beautiful doll, but a Barbie doll in its box. I felt suffocated by my current relationships, suddenly wanting to go back to how things used to be. Look at that girl. She looks hideous with all those freckles. Totally. I'd faint if I had those on my skin. Don't you think, Arya? I was stunned. They were being toxic about a girl just because she was born that way. Ugh, looks just like a dairy cow. Those words hit me like a ton of bricks, bringing back old memories in a flash. Oh my god, are you blind?
Watch where you're going, you idiot!
In the crowd, my boyfriend Walter was grabbing a waiter by the collar. Apparently he had spilled a drink on a girl.
She bumped into me.
It was Cormac. Why was he here? Cormac saw me, his eyes filled with a strange sadness. Walter, furious, was about to punch Cormac, but I slapped him before he could. I grabbed Cormac's hand, and to everyone's surprise, we left together. Did you follow me here?
I never stopped watching out for you, Arya.
My heart skipped a beat. Did Cormac just say he cares about me?
I liked you from the moment I saw you that day, but then you changed.
Aren't you and Charlie a thing?
What? She approached me, but it was all for you. Somehow she said you liked me and wanted me to be close to you because she knew you were lonely, staying at home all day.
So I misunderstood my sister? My stupid jealousy had driven us apart more than anything. I miss the us from before. I miss the me from before. I needed to find Charlie right away. I ran home only to find her room empty. My parents were panicking, unable to find her. Suddenly, my phone buzzed. A message from Charlie? I'll try to make things like before. You've always been the beautiful sister to me. I knew where she was. Was Charlie going to get cosmetic surgery to change her skin to be like mine used to be? That silly girl. With all my might, I rushed to the clinic. The sign above the clinic was lit. Had she already gone into surgery? I raced over, pounding on the door with all my might. Stop it, Charlie! Please don't do this! Charlie! Arya? I'm so sorry! It's all my fault! I was wrong! Huh? But what about... Suddenly I noticed the fateful paper in her hand. Thank God she hadn't signed it yet. But I wanted to prove to you, you being you is the best thing you can be. I wrapped my arms around Charlie. At that moment, we were just like kids again. No jealousy or hatred between us. I'm sorry, Charlie. It's good to have you back. We held hands as we walked home, but seeing Cormac waiting at the doorstep, Charlie left us alone. You don't hate me for changing?
I'm happy if you're happy with your choices. That's all that matters. But I want you to know, I fell for you the moment I saw you.
You're not mad at me for the glue on the chair?
Of course I am, but I'll get my revenge later.
We laughed together. After everything we'd been through, I finally felt light and found my happiness. In the dark room, I took a deep breath to gather my spirits and tried to focus intensely. I put down the snack bag and pushed my glasses up my nose. I was in the middle of a super intense combat on a forum with the topic, "Are aliens real or not?" That's just imagination. There's no evidence proving their existence. Almost immediately, a guy jumped in to counter me.
Just because we haven't found evidence doesn't mean they don't exist. The universe is vast and humanity hasn't explored it all. Open your mind, Sophia.
He replied using my profile name. His arguments made my blood boil, and his profile picture looking all smug. But I couldn't deny he was quite handsome. As I was about to continue typing furiously, a strange shadow appeared on my window, followed by my mom's terrified scream. "Sophia, help me!" I panicked and opened the window to see my mom clinging to a tree while a grotesque green creature tried to pull her away. But Mom, could you not? Mom burst out laughing as she took off her alien costume. Cute, right? The neighbor kid gave it to me. Oh, it's almost time for us to go. Don't forget our dinner appointment with your dad's boss's family. Get dressed, sweetie. I sighed in resignation and shut down my computer. That guy, he got lucky today. Hi, I'm Sophia, and I'm always a realist. When I was 5, I discovered Santa Claus wasn't real. I peeked from behind the couch on Christmas Eve and saw Santa taking off his costume. It was just our neighbor, Mr. Thompson. Then the Tooth Fairy legend was shattered when I caught my mom slipping $1 under my pillow. That's why that guy drove me crazy arguing about something I don't believe in. I was on my way to a family dinner at a fancy restaurant in the city. I told my parents about the debate earlier. My girl is always right. That guy is so arrogant. When we arrived at the restaurant, they were already waiting for us. Oh, it turned out their family had a son around my age, which explained why my mom insisted I dress up nicely. But as we got closer and sat down, I was horrified to recognize that familiar face. I stuttered and pointed at him. He is the guy I debated with on the forum. What a coincidence. Maybe he's right then, since he's so smart. What? Mom immediately switched sides to defend him, making me furious, while he didn't seem to recognize me as the person he had argued with online just hours before. His name was Jason, a rich kid. No wonder he always looked so smug. He really is a genius. I rolled my eyes so hard I thought they'd get stuck. Seriously, could they be any more obvious?
Maybe you should spend more time with him, Sophia.
Sophia?
I nearly choked on my steak. Jason had to perform the Heimlich maneuver to save me. Thanks.
No problem. But are you, by any chance?
Oh, you two would be so cute as a couple. I retreated to my seat and stayed quiet while Jason seemed excited.
Sophia is an interesting girl. I really like her.
No way, I would never. Before I could finish, my mom covered my mouth. She's just a bit shy. It's an honor. Mom shot me a look before letting me go. I knew why they were doing this. They wanted to impress their boss. We said our goodbyes as they climbed into a fancy car. Just one dinner and I suddenly had a boyfriend named Jason? The next morning I stormed into my quirky best friend Maeve's house. She was lounging on the couch sipping a morning smoothie. You won't believe what happened last night. I plopped down on the couch still fuming and grabbed Maeve's smoothie, drinking it all in one go. Apple and carrot really is a perfect combo. So here's the story. What? Jason? The hot guy from school? Huh? He goes to our school too? Oh my gosh, yes you goof! But we need to fix this. You can't get stuck with him. We fell into silence. Maeve deep in thought while I continued munching on her snacks. Eureka! Holy moly! To avoid making your parents furious, you have to play the victim. In other words, let him be the one to dump you. And the best way is to find him a new girlfriend. That wasn't a bad idea. We fell silent again. I was mulling over a list of girls who might be interested in Jason when I glanced over at Maeve. Oh wow, that might actually work. After some minor resistance, my best friend reluctantly agreed to help me. The plan was to text Jason to make him fall for Maeve. Then boom, he would forget all about me and my parents would have to admit their matchmaking attempt had failed. The only catch was that I would be the one texting Jason under Maeve's name because she said, "No way am I sending lovey-dovey texts to some boy." Alright then, the mission began. I approached Jason by participating in the "Are aliens real or not" topic and expressing my agreement with his point of view. I had to try really hard. Soon enough, Jason responded to my DM. At first, he rambled about alien theories, but then we started talking about more personal things in our daily lives. Jason surprised me. He was funny and had great taste in music. It was 4 a.m. when we finally said goodnight. I can't remember the last time I had such a good conversation with someone. From then on, we talked every night. Jason's passion for science fiction was contagious, and he had a way of making even the craziest theories sound completely plausible.
It's great to talk to someone who shares the same passion. Most people think it's weird.
Everything was going well until one day Jason said,
Let's meet up.
I panicked, imagining the plan falling apart and burning to ashes before it even took off because Maeve would never be able to handle a soft conversation with Jason. Eventually, Maeve and I decided to use a tiny earpiece to exchange information, but we never got the chance to use it. Maeve turned the meeting into a mess when Jason tried to hold her hand. She punched him right in the face, and I knew there was no saving the disaster we had created. The next morning, as I was daydreaming about whether to continue the plan, Maeve burst into the classroom and dragged me out. It might actually work, Sophia! Maeve parted the crowd and pointed to a girl standing at the center. A beautiful, gentle girl who had just transferred to our school and attracted all the attention. Her name was Lily. But when Jason approached, his eyes were glued to me as if we were the only two people in the hallway. I got goosebumps. Time to bail. In the following days, Maeve and I followed Lily everywhere, trying to create chances for her and Jason to accidentally meet. We found out she had just moved to the city and was living with her parents in a huge mansion. Wow, a princess in a castle? Look at us! We look like two kidnappers plotting a ransom. Thanks to the stalking, I discovered Lily was also passionate about science fiction, just like Jason, a perfect target. I bought a pair of tickets for a sci-fi movie and anonymously sent them to Lily and Jason. That evening, when they arrived and sat next to each other, I thought I could see Jason's confused face and Lily's shy one. It was their first private time together, and soon enough they were chatting happily about the movie. I felt empty as I watched them from afar, while Maeve was delighted that we finally found a way to save me. But my mission wasn't over yet. Until they officially became a couple, I still had to shadow them on their dates. One afternoon, Jason and Lily met at a cafe to work on a project together. I hid in the bushes nearby, straining to overhear their conversation. In a moment, it seemed like Jason was about to kiss Lily. My plan was almost complete, but I jumped out of the bushes and yelled, "Stop! Don't kiss!"
Sophia?
Oh, well, there were kids walking by. Kids are so innocent. Don't let them see that. What a coincidence running into you two here.
Were you following us?
No way. I was just passing by. Well, I'll be going now. I darted out before finishing my sentence. What a disaster. Why did I suddenly rush out like that? In the school canteen, Maeve nearly exploded when she found out I had ruined Lily and Jason's moment. I had single-handedly destroyed all our efforts. But why? Don't tell me you like Jason. Shh, keep your voice down. No, there's no way Jason is such an idiot. The voice of a girl carried over from the other side of the wall. I curiously peeked and saw Lily sitting with a group of mean girls. Oh, don't worry. I'll just dump all the project work on Jason. He listens to me like a puppy. You're so smart, Lily. After this project, I'll dump him. He's useless. What a loser. My blood boiled when I heard those words. Without thinking, I jumped out and confronted her, drawing everyone's attention. How dare you? What are you gonna do, Sophia? Jason isn't an idiot, and he doesn't deserve to be treated like that. Impressive, but this isn't your business. Lily sneered and shoved me aside. My anger flared and I shoved her back. It is my business when you're hurting my friend. In a flash, we were at each other, pulling hair and yelling. The hallway echoed with the sounds of our struggle, and other students gathered around, pulling out their phones to record the chaos. Dave also jumped in to defend me. I held Lily tight and tickled her while my best friend locked her in a chokehold. The two of us against Lily left her no chance, until the teacher rushed in to separate us, pulling us to opposite sides of the hallway. I was out of breath, my hair a mess, but I didn't care. When I looked over at Lily, still glaring at me from the other side of the hall, I knew one thing for sure. I wouldn't let her hurt Jason anymore. And maybe, just maybe, it was time to tell Jason how I really felt. But I couldn't. At the next family dinner, I kept my head down, not daring to look at Jason. The feelings I had for him had changed since our last encounter. That night, Jason suggested walking me home, and I shyly agreed. Needless to say, both sets of parents were overjoyed. As we neared my house, we found Lily waiting, her face twisted with anger. What are you doing here? The moment she saw us, Lily charged, splashing an open bottle of water toward me. But Jason stepped forward, taking the full brunt of the water. He stood there soaked, shielding me.
Lily, that's enough.
Why are you protecting her, Jason? Do you know what she did? Sophia wanted to pair you with me from the start. And now she's trying to tear us apart. My heart sank as Lily revealed the truth. I looked down, unable to meet Jason's eyes. It's true. I admitted it. I finally had to face it. At first, I didn't want to be paired with you. I thought if you had someone else, my parents would stop pushing us together, but...
But then you talked to me every night and started to like me, right?
Yes, I grew to like you, which sucks. But wait. Do you think you control everything? You're wrong. Jason knew all along. That statement from Lily shocked me even more. So I was the fool in the story I created. Lily and Jason high-fived each other, celebrating their success. Playing this role was a bit tough for me. You owe me, Jason. I really did lose a few hairs in that cafeteria fight earlier. I'm sorry. And you know, Sophia, Jason is my cousin. Huh? Yep, and boys aren't really my type. By the way, can you introduce me to Maeve? That girl's got style. Oh, I didn't know that. Now you do. If you'll excuse me, I have other things to do. Try not to cause any more drama, okay? As Lily walked away, Jason came over and took my hand. Without needing any more affirmation, he pulled me close and kissed me. Oh, look at those happy kids. The next morning at school, Maeve was waiting for me at the gate, looking extremely distressed. Sophia, I think we need to plan. Find a girlfriend. That's all sorted out. Maeve, so there you are. Find a girlfriend for Lily. Help me!